speaking of lies, speaking of ideas, speaking of things that are crazy, you have JD Vance here, where Politifact took a virtual thrashing after announcing early Tuesday morning that their lie of the year was the report, that came out of Springfield, Ohio, that migrants were eating domesticated animals like dogs and cats. Here's the thing, though. People are coming out and saying, how do you actually confirm that? Politifact took a virtue thrashing, again, after announcing that. The outlet shared the announcement on X to President-elect Donald Trump and JD Vance. A lie marked a town and its residents in the name of a campaign rage. It was absurd. It was consequential. Our lie of the year goes to Donald Trump and JD Vance for false claims that Haitian immigrants in Springfield, Ohio, were eating pets, dogs, and cats. Folks, you know how insane this is? After we just got done dealing with all the lies from the Democrat Party for 4 years, I looked at it. We named a few of them, right? Just off the bat yesterday. I mean, you could just off the top of your head, you could probably create a list. The Afghanistan pullout was a complete botch and lie. His Hunter Biden pardon was a complete lie. The classified documents in the Biden Penn Center was a lie. And it wasn't just a lie once or twice. He lied about it 4 or 5 times. You got the Ukrainian lie. You got the Hunter Biden laptop lie. I mean, him saying that he saved freaking children in Gaza or hostages in Gaza, that was a complete lie. I mean, it just, the list goes on. The border secure was a lie. That he's fighting inflation, that was a lie. Blaming it on Putin, there's another lie. Blaming it on Xi Jinping for this, that was another lie. Telling us the spy balloon was nothing but a balloon, there's another lie. I mean, you could just go down. I mean, it's endless, right? But don't worry, yeah, that's the worst one. That's the worst one. PolitiFact further defended the selection in a follow-up post, adding, PolitiFact doesn't use the word lie lightly. Okay, we save it to describe the most egregious falsehood we've seen in years worth of fact-checking. But as some critics noted, there was no way to definitively fact-check the claims. Why could that be? Why could that be? The reason is because there's no way to prove that migrants were not in fact eating cats and dogs, because residents, as you see on your screen here, and we covered this in the past, came out and were complaining that this is what they were seeing. So what are you going to go do? Tell them that they're wrong when it's a he said, she said story? Well, they went to X here. And by they, I mean a lot of people. Chuck Ross, I'd have gone with Joe Biden as perfectly fine and fit to serve as president again as my lie of the year, but that's just me. I would agree with you, Chuck. I would say yes. That is probably the biggest lie. I actually did a show titled The Greatest Lie Ever Told. This is, I think, one of the biggest lies that was ever told to the American people in our nation. That the president of the United States is mentally and physically fit. He fell up a flight of stairs. He's talking to dead people, Democrats. They still can't wrap that around their head. That Joe's talking to dead people. He's hearing and seeing them. People have been gone for 40 years. The dude's looking for dead people in the crowd. It's not just once. Look, I get like, the guy screwed up. Okay, yeah. Time and time again, looks for dead people. Saying he took photos with people at events that were never there. Never there. Not even this. Maybe they're in the same state. Maybe they're up north like 5 hours, 7 hours. No, not even the same state. Joe's actually never met him. Just pulled the name. Actually, the lie of the year was when Biden saying he wouldn't pardon Hunter. There you go. And then pardoning Hunter. That's a big one. That's a big double middle finger to the American people. I would think so. What's some more here? What do we got here? Come on now, Bloom. I feel like Biden is not dropping out was more consequential, but what do I know? I don't think he actually did drop out on his own accord. I firmly believe that he was on the beaches of Delaware, passed out, doesn't have a damn clue, comatose, figuring it out. And they sat there and drafted a BS 8.5 by 11 piece of paper, scribbled his name on it. Wasn't even a freaking White House letterhead. Popped it on Twitter. He stumbles back in, barely coherent, into the White House, stands still on feet because he doesn't know that they're dirty because he's so far gone. And found out that he dropped out. Oh, what? I didn't drop out. I'm gonna fight you bastards. I'm gonna fight you freaking commies. Like, sir, Vietnam was in the 60s. It's over. We got more here. Here's the fact that made us angriest this year, Jim Treasure. Ugh. Kira, you cannot hate the legacy media enough. Correct. They still haven't figured it out. That's the crazy thing. You would think that in a capitalistic country, people would want to make a lot of money. And the way to do that through capitalism is to offer a product and service that somebody is willing to give something up themselves for that said something. Usually it comes in the terms of money, right? And you think, hey, I worked hard for my money and I want to give it up for that product or service. So here's that money for that great service. Well, if you're not making money, that's a problem. But as I've said time and time again, the left are so far gone. The Democrat Party is so far gone. They are not themselves. They're a shell of themselves that they're willing to go against the grain of capitalism, go against the free market themselves, I suppose, mixing it with capitalism, if that makes sense. And because if you just left free market, it wouldn't make sense. But I don't know where I was going. That they are willing to lose money for their ideas. They are willing to sit there and spend trillions and trillions of dollars